Hey everybody, it's Flo with Journal the Journey. I hope you're doing amazing. Today we're going to be hopping in the shower and talking about what you do right after your relaxer or the first wash day after your relaxer. You stripped a lot of great things out of your hair. It's time to put some nutrients back in, and we're going to go through that process right now. If this kind of content interests you, be sure to subscribe and we'll see you on the other side. Okay, when your hair starts to look like this, it is time to wash. I always rinse my hair out first because we're going to do a pre-treatment today. So I like to rinse it thoroughly to get just any excess oils or anything that's in there out. And we're going to be using Olaplex 3 today. It is a bond treatment. I'll go more into detail in another Olaplex specific tutorial. But I do like to go ahead and do this the first wash. And sometimes I'll actually do it on relaxer day. You know, when you are breaking down those bonds with the relaxer process, what the Olaplex does is go back and rebuild those bonds. I don't understand the science completely, but it does help and work. So then I go ahead and I use a rat tail comb and I just section out my hair. Eventually this will be 4 sections, but I just go ahead and clip back with these clips, which I've talked about before, and I love them. They're from Ulta. And they just hold a lot of hair. Look at how much hair it holds. And it keeps it in place. So I go in with some, in the smaller sections, I put a little bit more on. And what I'm doing here is actually going through with the Olaplex, and I'm putting a little bit on my counter and then just kind of dabbing with my fingers and working it through. As I'm doing this, because I do not comb my hair right before I rinse it or do anything before I get into the shower, I use this as a time to go and detangle. Let me show you. If I get a little snag, I take some of the product and I just untangle it. Okay, now I'm going to twist, and I do put some of the product on my fingers and twist, twist, twist. Just a two-strand twist. I can't say that word, sorry. And just to go ahead and get it to where it needs to be. Okay, so now we're going to go and do the back. So I've gone and I've done one of the sides, and I'm showing this because this is where I had the problem with the chemical burn. I didn't have any hair in my nape area, so it grew back though, which is awesome. So right there where I just pulled out, there was like no hair there. So the fact that it's getting longer and catching up with the rest of my hair is awesome. And I will go through another video if this would interest you, and you can tell me in the comments below, of how I was able to regrow my nape and my edges. I used to have a lot of stresses when I was younger, and I used to actually pull out my hair. No fun. But I've been able to regrow some of my edges, and I can go into details in another video about that particular experience. So I am working it through, and eventually I'm going to get it into 4 little sections. Like you see here, I'm like a Pippi Longstocking. And then you're going to go ahead and rinse out that completely. Just make sure it's completely rinsed out before we shampoo. And the Olaplex needs to stay on for about 10 minutes or so. And I leave it on for about 10 minutes. So once I'm rinsed, it's time to shampoo. I start with Redken. This is called Redken's Cleansing Cream. And it is great. It is not going to suds up though. It really just goes in and really clarifies. What I like to do is I like to go ahead and massage my scalp. As you can see, I'm doing the hair. And I don't really run the product through the length of my strands. I let the water do that when I rinse it out. So I'm going to give you kind of a close-up. Like, you cannot see the suds. And that is fine. That is fine. It should look like that. It's just a cleanser. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse out all of the product with part 2, which is Olaplex 4. It goes along and complements the Olaplex 3 really, really well. So I go ahead and do that. And I just do a little bit. These products are expensive. Relatively expensive. I think Olaplex is $38. And it lasts me a long time. I can't tell you exactly how much, but I wash my hair about once a week, and I only use a little bit amount, and it lasts me almost, I'm sure, at least 6 months, at least. So you can use more expensive products It's just how often are you using them and if you're using them correctly. So look how much more sudsy that is, because I've gotten out all the dirt. And this is really important when you're going to blow dry, and I am going to blow dry my hair. I'm not going to show that on camera. We'll do another video again for that. But you really want to make sure your hair is completely cleansed before you blow dry, and it should be completely sudsy. So we're going to go in, rinse that out thoroughly. And once we're finished that rinsing, we're going to go on the third one. The third shampoo is Joico Moisture Shampoo. I absolutely, absolutely love this shampoo. It is so good. It really, really does moisten up the strands. And I just love it so much. It is so, so good. And I do sometimes pull this through the length of the hair. It gives actually a kind of a slip. Once I used this product and I thought it was a conditioner, but it was just the shampoo. It was an accident, and it was fine. My hair was fine, even though I had just shampooed it and didn't use a conditioner at all. I'm using this brush to go ahead and exfoliate a bit more before I rinse, and this will be my final rinse. I rinse on warm water, and then I go in with a protein kind of base conditioner. So I'm like, I'm kind of confused on where I am in my steps, but I put these conditioners in, and what the conditioners were was just Alpha G 2-minute, and then I also use some Olaplex 4. Oops, it fell. And then lastly, I used a K-Pax. It's a reconstructor, and it's all of these are more protein type based. Again, you stripped a lot of the things out of your hair that are good for it, and this protein will do is go in and re-strengthen, along with the bonding treatments and all that other stuff. It just reinforces everything, and I feel like strengthening my hair right after a relaxer is so important, and it's really, really helped to, again, keep my hair on my head, which is the goal. So I go in and I twist, 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 and then I really go in 4 sections and clip it like that. So you can see I've done the back. I'm going to do this last section. And then once they're kind of all clipped together, I then go and I wait about 5 minutes, and I do other things in the shower. That's me looking at my nape to see how far it's come. It's really come a long way. And I just wait 5 minutes. Any excess I kind of put on the edges of my head, and then I rinse. So I've rinsed off camera, and we're going to go in after 5 minutes in our moisture-based conditioner. You do want to follow up with a moisture-based conditioner. That's super important. And I use Aussie, I think it's 3-Minute Miracle. I use a product by Joico, the moisture base that complements the shampoo. And I use the K-Pax Hydrator. And I didn't do it on camera because I just thought this video was getting a little long. But I leave it on for 10 minutes with the cap. This is me after, or about to rinse it off. So I've left it on for 10 minutes. You can do it with heat. You don't have to. I don't, because I'm lazy sometimes. But you can. And I really just work through the product so that this is the only time that I really start to comb, and I use the water as momentum. And I really just trying to work that product. You can see the difference in my hair, just how slippery it looks. It actually is actually very, very slippery. And I don't relax to complete straightness. I do more of almost like a Texlax type of deal. And I use a firm with Fiber Guard, which is a little bit more gentle. I used to use Mazzani Butter Blends, and that was great, but it wasn't the best for my hair. I think it actually caused a little bit more of my setback that you'll see at the end of my end card. Okay, this part I'm doing, my final rinse is cold, and you can see by my face that I'm not happy. But I think it's really important to go ahead and get it nice and cold, because it really just locks in all the moisture, and it is cold. It's freezing, but I feel like this helps my style after blow drying last for about the whole entire week. By the end of the week, because I work out every day, it gets a little whodunit. In fact, I think when I shot this recording in the beginning, my hair was about 4-day-old hair. So, oh well, we do what we can do and we tape when we can tape. I might slip in another picture where its final look, but I might not. So anyway, I used this navy. My husband was a Marine, but we had this somehow. I think it ended up in some communal laundry, but it works as well for t-shirt drying a little bit. And that's it. And there you have it. If you have any questions, definitely comment below. Also, share what you do for your relaxed hair journey. I'd also like to know, because I'm going to be putting a lot of these videos together on a weekly basis, what kind of content that you want to see. There's a lot of YouTubers who do hair videos, and I think you can learn from all of them. So we all have a little bit of things that we borrowed from each other. I know I've borrowed a lot of the processes that I'm sharing with you. But if there's something that you do specifically that you swear by, I'd love to just maybe try that and see how it goes on my hair. But until next time, remember to embrace the beauty of your life journey. Mwah, and see you next time.